1047 Games desperately needed a win after the absolute debacle surrounding Splitgate 2, dragging it back into development and then the pivot into Arena Reloaded. Let's not bury the lead here. They have not found that win with Empulse. Now, in the background here, I have completely uncut gameplay for you, so it can be evident that I'm not just cherry-picking clips. Okay? Let me make something abundantly clear right at the outset. Like everyone with a pulse, I loved Titanfall and Titanfall 2. Arena shooters are my absolute jam. UT99, 2K3, 2K4. I never really got into Quake. I know, crucify me in the comments. But when I offer commentary for the remainder of this video, know that this is the exact structural lens I'm coming from, okay? 1047 started life as a bunch of guys in a college dorm. And much like the guy you know who still goes on about his game-winning touchdown in high school, it is painfully evident that they peaked there. Empulse feels like a computer science major's senior project. Now, it's a senior project that would get an A, to be sure, but it's an undergraduate effort at game design in a market that demands far, far more than basic proficiency. We live in a world where games actively compete for our time. And to succeed in this climate, you need one of three things: excellence, personality, or a clear statement. And Empulse fails to deliver a single one. I can already imagine the marketing meetings for this game. So, what's this game about? Oh, it's like Titanfall. Like Titanfall, but what? No, it's just like Titanfall, but we made the mechs power weapons, and they're not actually powerful. Okay. Do you have a compelling world? Nah. Do you have interesting, recognizable characters? Nope. So, what would you say you do have here? What they actually have is a lukewarm arena shooter. They've tried to market this as a spiritual successor to a masterpiece, but putting parkour and giant robots into a blender doesn't automatically mean you've captured lightning in a bottle. Instead of a cohesive vision, it feels like a studio grasping at straws, building a mechanical clone that completely strips out the massive budget, world building, and artistic weight that made us fall in love with Respawn's universe in the first place. Let's get technical about this for a second, so I'm not just ranting. This is billed as a high-flying movement shooter, but the physics engine treats momentum like an afterthought. In Titanfall, your speed is almost a math problem. You're chaining slides, grapples, and wall runs, keeping your velocity compounding. In Empulse, there is no real sense of momentum preservation. You hit a wall, you jump off, and the engine introduces an aggressive friction clamp that instantly caps your speed. The body moves completely flat. It's floaty where it should be heavy, rigid where it should be fluid. And worse yet is the combat feedback loop. Hit reg and audio queuing operate in total vacuums. When you're firing, the hit feedback in both directions is negligible. Guns feel like hit-scan model swaps with varying fire rates rather than mechanical tools with weight and kick. When you take damage, there's very little sensory impact. Your health pool just goes poof while you glide across a sterile floor. If the server-side updates and interpolation parameters aren't pristine, a high-speed arena game instantly falls apart. And right now, Empulse feels entirely uncoupled. All right, so let's talk about the mechs. 1047 integrated them as map-spawned power weapons, completely upending the delicate balance that made the pilot Titan dynamic legendary. A Titan was a functional, ergonomic extension of the pilot and the player. It had presence, it had character, it had gravity. But in Empulse, the mechs are kind of pointless. They increase your physical hitbox by an astronomical margin, but their effective DPS and damage mitigation are jokes at best. Pilots can effortlessly melt these walking targets with a sledgehammer. You're creating a bizarre risk-to-reward inversion. Why would I fight over a map objective if claiming it turns you into a sluggish, fragile liability? Combine that with maps that have the structural complexity and artistic inspiration of a gray grid test level, the entire gameplay loop becomes aggressively bland. It's like a dish where adding more salt, pepper, or acid can't save it. The baseline ingredients are fundamentally flawed. And to solve this project during its early access run, 1047 needs to drastically stop trying to design by checklist. They need to hire design leads who fundamentally understand the soul of kinetic physics, overhaul the momentum, and completely rebuild combat spatial audio and hit feedback. Until that massive structural shift happens, my advice to you is keep waiting for Respawn to finally count to 3, because this absolutely ain't it.